and welcome to Sloths Love to Read. This is Carrie Ann. Today we're going to be reading a wonderful story about a cute pumpkin named Christopher Pumpkin. This book is by Hendra and Paul Linnet, illustrated by Nick East. It can be found on Amazon or wherever books are sold. Let's get started. On Snaggletooth Lane in spooky Spooksville was a dark, creepy castle perched high on a hill. Deep in that castle, by the glow of the fire, sat a wicked old witch with a burning desire to throw a huge party, the scariest yet, one that her friends would never forget. "There's too much to do. It'll drive me berserk. Now, who can I find that will do all the work?" She looked all around, and then what did she spy? A big pile of pumpkins she'd bought for a pie. They could be useful and scary as well. I'll bring them to life with the help of a spell. She was making an army and having a ball, and as they sprang into life, she gave names to them all. Gnarly and Grizzly, Grunty, Roar, Snaggletooth, Stinkface, and maybe one more. The witch raised her wand for one final go, and there were sparkles and glitter, and then a voice said, "Hello! I'm Christopher Pumpkin. I like all things fun. I'm so happy to be here. Group hug, everyone." And he stretched out his arms and gave them a grin, overflowing with kindness and warmth from within. "Oh, no!" screeched the witch. "What on earth did I make? You're supposed to be scary. I've made a mistake." "Now, hang on a minute," said Christopher P. "I'm sure I'll fit in. Just wait, and you'll see." "All right," snapped the witch, "as there's so much to do, but Christopher Pumpkin, I'll be watching you. Now, get on with your work and make decorations. I want horrible, ghastly, frightful creations." Did someone say decor? That's right up my street. Forget about tricks, and prepare for a treat. There was lifting and shifting and huffing and grunting, but while others hung cobwebs, Chris hung a bunting. Then along came the witch. "You work harder, buffoons!" But instead of bat lanterns, Chris chose balloons. The horrified pumpkins all scuttled away. They needed to find party music to play. "My favorite music is howling and screaming," said Gnarly the pumpkin, his scary eyes gleaming. "I'm sorry," said Chris, "but that sounds bizarre. Let's all have a sing-along. I've brought my guitar." Now for the food. It was time to begin. So they stood around the cauldron, tossing things in. First some earwax, then hair from a yeti, a poisonous bug, and some moldy spaghetti. The result was rat pizza, all sprouting with hair, and stinky green cheese made from old underwear. Some hot curried slugs, fried spicy snakes, and then in walked Chris with some pink fairy cakes. This just isn't working. I think you'll agree, said the witch as she glared down at Christopher P. I've had quite enough. You're not part of this group. If you can't be scary, I'll turn you to soup. You've got till tomorrow morning. Have I made myself clear? Poor Christopher nodded, frozen with fear. I don't want to be soup or a pie or a stew. I'll stay up all night and plan what to do. I'm Christopher Pumpkin. I like all things fun, but there must be a way I can scare everyone. And he worked through the night, never taking a break, but the clock, it was ticking, and soon the witch would be awake. The morning arrived, and the pumpkins all stared at Christopher's bed. He's gone, they declared. I suppose that it's better he went without fuss. There was really no chance he could ever scare us. Along came the witch. Now out of my way, my guests are arriving in the parties today. So poor Chris had vanished, or so it would seem. But then from outside came an almighty scream. It's horrid. It's nasty. Just isn't funny. Please, somebody stop him. I want my mommy. There were unicorns skipping, balloons on the door, fluffy pink kittens, and sparkles galore. There were marshmallow puffs piled up in mountains. Strawberry milkshake was squirting from fountains. I'm Christopher Pumpkin. I like all things fun. But before he could finish, the witch shouted, Run! Wait, you don't like it? Chris called with delight. Well, one thing's for sure. I scared them all right. Oh, this has been such a funny story called Christopher Pumpkin by Sue Hendra and Paul Linnet. Can be found on Amazon.com. Thank you so much for listening to Sloths Love to Read. You can find more educational books for children and picture books at slothdreamsbooks.com. Thank you all so much for listening. Hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye for now.